I left school with 1 O-level in art and was in London, didn't know what I wanted to do. I just mucked around the whole of my 20s. At the age of 30, it suddenly dawned on me that I didn't have a career, didn't have any money, wasn't really knowing what I was going to do. So I thought, right, nobody's going to employ me, so I started on my own. So I did. We started the company off with an idea of having a live camera on one surf beach in Cornwall. And when I actually installed this live surf cam, I thought there might be a business there. So driving back, I formed a business idea in my head and got back to my house and decided that I was going to do that for a living. And I took that from one camera to 70 within the first year, ranging from zoos to attractions to surf beaches. We had all the surf beaches in the UK, all the zoos in the UK, and all the major attractions are all live streaming at one point. The first thing you need to learn is you need to know how to get money, because at the moment, when we started, it was the beginning of the recession. So there was no money around, all the banks were saying no, so you're stuck with either do you grow it organically, which is putting your own money in and trying to reinvest your own time and effort, which is very painful, or do you go out and ask for some help. I approached a company called Angel Networks, or SWAIN as they call, Southwest Angel Investor Network, and we did a Dragon's Den type approach to raise some money. Now the first thing they do is they do a dummy run where you pitch your idea to a potential audience of an accountant, solicitor, an investor, a legal person and a representative from SWAIN. And what they do is they rip your business to shreds there and then in front of you. So after that, then they give you a bit of mentoring. So when you do the proper presentations to a room of 70 to 80 potential investors, you know what you're talking about. You give everything to stuff. It's 365 days a year, and all the time you've got. You don't have a life. It's painful, it's hard work, money's never coming when you think it was. There's always problems. Two skills you've got to learn how to do is, one is you've got to learn how to multitask very quickly. Especially as a managing director, you need to know every single else's position in that company and how to do their job. Because if they're off sick, you know how to, you need to step in. Two, you need to know how to manage people properly. Communication is probably the hardest thing that you're ever going to have to get right. You have to deal with everyone, from children to adults, to people who are literate, to people who are illiterate, and make sure they understand you. Well, I was quite lucky. The first company I worked very well. The troubles that you learn is that if you go into a partnership with somebody, you've got to make sure you're 100% compatible with them. If you're not, it's going to break at some point. And after 3 years of running our IT company, we fell out and the company split in two. And I kept it going for another couple of years, but it wasn't the same. It's very hard work running it on your own. So I left that and then went into marketing and spent sort of 10 years as a marketing consultant, and then started Furniture Up in about 10 years ago. But the thing I want to sort of really emphasise is actually how to get money. And one particular situation that we did all the rounds for funding from everyone and did all our pitches, which is quite nerve-wracking when you're standing up in front of 70, 80 millionaires. They've all done it all before. Pitching your idea and then ripping to shreds in front of you. It's quite daunting, but if you come through that and you get the money, and it was Friday the 13th in February about 8 years ago, and I was sat at home with my partner at the time, Liz, and it was Friday about 6 o'clock, and I said to her, well, if we don't get the money by tonight or tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to declare myself bankrupt because I've put all my house in it, my mortgage, my life savings, and I needed some money. I was down to my last penny. And I had 10 quid left in my wallet, and that was my total wealth. And at 6:30 that evening, one of the investors phoned up and said, great, you got your money, check's in the post, and I had £100,000 in my account on Monday morning. It took an awful lot of effort to get that money. Money doesn't come easy from people, no matter how much they do. They've really got to believe you as a person, they've got to believe the idea, and they've got to trust you. And likewise, you've got to trust them. Because as soon as you get an investor into the business, you've lost your business. They run it, they own it, they own you. So make sure if you ever need investment, make sure you get the right people behind you. Make sure you have a vision and cling on to that vision, because it's going to be a rough journey to get to that vision. And the only other thing I would suggest to people is never take no for an answer. If anyone says no, you can't do it, just say yes, you can, I can, and believe in yourself that you can do it. Because along the way, you're getting an awful lot of people saying no, you can't do that, you should be doing this. And if you believe your vision and and stick to your vision, you will be able to do it.